entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now, fans of a galaxy that is far, far away. Matt Haywood here to review the debut of Star Wars Resistance, which is a new animated series from Dave Filoni, who is the godfather of Star Wars animated awesomeness. Star Wars Resistance, the third animated series from Mr. Filoni, is out in the wild, with 3 episodes now available to watch through the Disney Now app. If you're a self-described Star Wars junkie, you definitely should be watching, because while it doesn't predominantly feature Force users like Filoni's Clone Wars and Rebels shows, it still packs in plenty of connections to the overarching Star Wars canon universe that helps to tie the 3 main live-action trilogies together. To me, that's worth the time investment, and after watching the extended pilot and 2 standard episodes, I can confirm your fandom will not be wasted on this new show. The pilot episode is by far the best out of the 3 available to watch, which makes sense considering its extended runtime and its focus on establishing the new characters and main plot thread. The opening act serves up plenty of connection to the new trilogy thanks to Kaz's run-in with Poe Dameron, who enlists him in the Resistance as a spy to weed out a nefarious actor on the Colossus fuel station. In these early scenes, you get some backstory on how the Resistance learned of the increasing First Order threat, as well as insights into how the New Republic secretly worked with the Resistance to undermine the First Order's growth. You're also exposed to a new big bad in the form of Major Von Reg, who is a red armor-wearing First Order trooper that flies a bitchin' red TIE interceptor and is clearly a thorn in the side of the Resistance. I'm definitely interested in learning more about him and his role in the First Order, because he's working directly with Phasma to strengthen the First Order's forces, so he's clearly a major player within the Order, and one that will play a big role in this series. While the early parts of this episode establish Kaz and his role with the Resistance, he's a pretty likable lead, by the way. Think Han Solo meets Luke Skywalker, but without Force powers. The latter half is dedicated to setting up his new friends and potential enemies on the Colossus, which is a massive fueling station that Poe believes is being used to pass information along to the First Order. This is why he wants Kaz to be stationed there so he can blend in and spy. Poe links him up with Yeager and his Team Fireball, where he trains to become a mechanic and race pilot. The Fireball team features a great range of sidekick characters, with Niku being my personal favorite, because he's kinda like Drax in that he takes everything literally, but also has the inability to be negative, so he manages to spin everything in a positive way, which results in some very cheeky dialogue exchanges. I also appreciate Yeager, who is shaping up to be the mysterious old mentor figure for Kaz, and based on the 3rd episode, his backstory will definitely impact their relationship, as well as his own relationship with Poe and the Resistance, who he clearly knows of and respects, but wants nothing to do with. He's just one of those characters that you know is more than meets the eye, so I'm eager to see how his journey develops in conjunction with Kaz and the other main characters. The first episode concludes with a great action sequence, which based on my viewing of the available episodes, seems like will be a staple in this series. Considering the show's focus on racing ships, you get plenty of that in each episode, and the races play out with an edge to them. In the second episode, there's a big dogfight battle, so you also get some traditional Star Wars-y air carnage as well. My biggest gripe with Star Wars Resistance so far is the fact that it's moving very slowly with the plot threads related to the Resistance and the First Order. Outside the first part of the pilot, most of the content featured in the first 3 episodes is related to Kaz's growth on the Colossus and his interactions with the other leads. His spy mission is often referenced, but it never feels like he's making any progress. I appreciate the fact that the writers had to establish Kaz and the new characters early on, but at times it just felt like they didn't provide enough ties back to the new trilogy. It seems as if the only First Order scenes shown so far are just quick beats at the end of an episode to remind you that they're actually a part of the story. Some of this is by design, as Episode 2 features a bit of a twist on a supposed pirate attack on the Colossus, but I would have liked to have seen more nods to the show's direct ties to The Force Awakens and beyond. I never thought characters like Poe, Leia, and Phasma would be main players in this series, but I still would have liked more of the show's focus to be on Kaz's main mission and not the little side stories to help establish the type of person he is, as well as setting up his relationships with the supporting cast. With that being said, Star Wars Resistance is still a very entertaining jaunt into the extended Star Wars universe. You'll never hear me shit on projects like this because in the end, canon Star Wars is canon Star Wars, and my soul is always eager to consume that type of content. So far, the show has provided nice little Easter eggs for die-hard fans to pick up on. Just check out our other recent Resistance video. It also has a unique looking visual style that I believe works well for the Star Wars universe. It has some solid action set pieces that have a Star Wars vibe to them, but more importantly, it has an interesting lead in Kaz as well as a memorable supporting cast. It's a much different animated Star Wars show thanks to its lack of Force users, but I find that to be refreshing, especially since the Clone Wars is returning, so we will get plenty of animated Force user action in that revival. This show feels like something new for fans of the universe to enjoy, so I hope other fans will take the plunge and give this latest Filoni creation a chance. When it comes down to it, any Star Wars, even crappy prequel movies, are better than no Star Wars. So download the Disney Now app today and get acquainted with Kaz, Team Fireball, and the aces of Star Wars Resistance. Thanks for watching. Matt Haywood here, signing off for EntertainmentBoo.com, where we make you a better geek one post at a time.
EntertainmentBuddha.com